Does Hera ever pick the Burmese here? Hera loves the Burmese. I don't know if he loves them on Arabia, but he does love them as a civ. I wonder if he... Oh, let's go! Hard predicted that Burmese pick. Let's go. Alright. Big. Game 4. And Heartt's staring down the barrel of a sweep. But, well, if there was ever a time to pick Heartt, it might be now. Because Hera is trying out his, feels like his favorite civ in the Burmese. Which, well, we'll see what he's cooking up. We'll see what he's cooking up. Hera loves the Burmese. But, on Arabia, they feel a little lackluster. Incas, on the other hand, feel great. The Incas are a great civ on Arabia. And we've seen it over and over again, right? We've seen the Incas just win off of straight eagle spams. Maybe mixing in something else to go with it, but largely just huge amounts of eagles. I think the only, maybe the only civ I've seen the Incas lose to was the Mayans. I'd have to think about that, but very strong civ here. And, well, the Burmese... They have cheap monks. Cheap monk techs. They've got a Rambai, which are a fun unit, I guess. They can't really go ranged units very well. They have good infantry. They have, you know, they have good Hussar, so that's probably a prerequisite for being Hera's favorite civ, but they do have fully upgraded Hussar. We've seen Hera go Burmese in a couple other tournaments. He went Burmese in, was it Warlords? For that map where you start with 2 TCs. And he did well with them there. Obviously, that's a very different setting. Starting with multiple TCs, it was a very wallable map. And, like, fish were involved, all that kind of stuff. So, Hera made good use of them there. I feel like we saw him go Burmese in another tournament as well. I can't remember what it would have been, though. And, well, we'll see what he's cooking up here. We've talked about skirmishers being... That's the other thing. What does Hera even, like... It's going to have to be knights, probably against the eagles, right? That's all he's got. And usually the eagles end up on top of those engagements, so it feels a little bad that you're forced into that. Even just full monk, which is kind of the bonus of the Burmese, doesn't feel good against full eagle. So it's going to be tough for Hera for sure. But he's up 3-0. He can try out his favorite pet civ here. The Burmese are to Hera what the Dravidians are to Viper at this point. But Viper does make the Dravidians work, right? So that's the caveat there, is even though neither of those civs are considered great for most maps, sometimes if you know a civ really well and you've figured out a way to make them work, you can pull them off and surprise your opponent. I also don't know, like I said, I don't know Heartt that well, so I don't know how his mental fortitude is, right? If you go down 3-0 to Hera, you take a lot of emotional damage, and I don't know what the ramifications of that will be for Heartt. It's going to be another Drush. It worked out well for him last time. He found pretty good damage with these 2 militia. He can't deny the barracks this time. But he does chase Hera off of the berries, so that's a good start. Scout looking around for Hera. I don't think he can dive very easily on anything, though. Archery range being dropped by Hearttt. Okay. That's always going to happen with Incas. Hera gets Horse Collar quickly before his mill goes down. Heartt's added in now 4 militia, and now they're man-at-arms. So it actually is kind of a big deal that Hera got that upgrade. Because this mill is going to be going down real fast. Hera's still hanging around, but I don't know for what. Mill goes down. Archery range has to be dropped right by the TC for Hera. But that's probably okay. He's going to start losing houses. That can be annoying for sure. He's banking up a couple scouts. Small walls back at home for Hearttt. On the gold as well. He's adding in archers behind this. Some spearmen. Could add in eagles if he wants to. There's having to invest into farms. Feels pretty bad to spend 200 wood to remill these berries. Having to come back out with another mill on that feels rough, but I guess it's probably worth it eventually. Hera's trying to get in here with the scouts. Should be an easy quick wall for Hearttt, and it is. There's a spear back here for Hearttt. Ooh, he wanted that trap. He almost got it too. He almost got it. There's shouldn't be an opening here, although I don't know how much wood is left behind this. Okay, only 50. Now Heartt's come around to this side. Skirmishers are here, but they're doing 1 damage per javelin. And Hera's gonna lose another house if he doesn't start repairing with multiple villagers. And it's too late. The infantry's in. This might be a dead vill for Hera. It should be. I don't think he can save this. I don't think there's no way Hera can ever save this. There's that. Alright, well. There's no way he can save this. He's dead. I knew it. Alright, first Vill kill goes to Hearttt. Maybe this is the strategy. Maybe you need to send the pressure super fast against Hera. This is the second game in a row where the, either Drush or Man-at-Arms play has done fairly solid damage against Hera to start out. Hearttt does have to be careful here. There are skirmishers in hot pursuit of his archers. He can come out here and start harassing this barracks next. Is probably the next most valuable target. Fletching on the way for Hearttt. You don't want to pad that way. Okay, it's fine. I was gonna say, splitting up here is a little rough. Fletching's in. Armor coming in for the infantry. No upgrades for Hera. Also worth noting, you don't care that much if Hera invests into skirmishers here. Because, Burmese skirms are terrible after the feudal age. They're atrocious. So if Hera makes a bunch of skirms that then just suck, it's not that bad. Big fight. It's honestly not terrible for Hearttt. Although this is bad. He's going to lose these archers for free now. But the eagles can still take a really good fight against the skirms. The scouts aren't healthy enough to really intervene. Hera also has 1 minute and 15 seconds of idle TC time. So Heartt's quite ahead economically. Both are thinking about getting up to the Castle Age, but how does Hera deal with Eagle spam in the next stage? I don't know the answer to this question. Second barracks being added in, so we know what Heartt wants to do. No market, so it's an au naturel click up for him. Hera getting the market down, might want to sell some stone to make sure he hits a good enough timing. Alright, Heartt clicks up. Hera is actually going to have to sell his stone to do so. Maybe not. If he waits a little bit longer. Nah, he does. Okay. Hera clicks up. He's only a little bit behind, but Heartt still has access to a stone if he wants to add in TCs. And it's gonna have to be full knights, right? For Hera? I don't think there's any... I think there's literally no other unit you can make here. Unless, maybe, do you go full, like... Can you ever go... long swords? Probably not, right? Is that ever an option? Go, like, full longsword? Against eagle spam? The mobility is gonna be way worse. But, like, in a straight-up fight, you win, right? True. Incas have slingers. Yeah, so maybe that's not a good idea. That's a decent fight for Hera to take, honestly. Killing a couple eagles right before Castle Age hits is not the end of the world. Yep, he is doing it. Man at arms coming in. Okay, well, we'll see. It is... I mean, slingers are really solid in this situation if Heartt can add them in. But maybe if Hera can, like, surprise him, he is going to see the double barracks, which might... Or, sorry, triple barracks. Should tip him off. If he's actually, you know... noticing that. Supplies is in, Squire's on the way. Yeah, Slinger's already being added in for Heartt. Well, we'll see. Longsword Skirm is an underrated comp. Is it when you don't get armor past the feudal age for the skirms? Maybe. I mean, it's expensive to go Slinger and Eagle, right? I don't remember what a Slinger costs, but it's tough to, It's gonna be tough for Heartt to swing all the upgrades on his Eagles while also getting Slingers out, right? So there is... Oh boy, Hera's going Burmese Elite Skirm. Fletching on the way. Well, the Slingers have no attack, but the Eagles do. The issue is, how do you keep the Skirms alive when the Eagles are running in? It's well, yep. It's tough, but it can work. I think I maybe like this more than going Knights, because we've seen Knights just not work over and over again against Incas, against Mayans, occasionally against Aztecs, so I think Knights just aren't the way. This is really nice from Heartt. Found 2 longswords trickling across the field. Longswords feel good against Eagle Scouts, but not if 7 of them show up. Knights are the meta response, but it just... Oh boy, this is going to be a good fight for Hera. Hera doesn't have upgrades on these guys, is another potential. Ooh, that's a nice double gate. Maybe the upgrades don't matter. They still beat the Eagles without them, right? And even the upgrades don't help against the slingers. So maybe it's not worth getting the upgrades there. All right. I'm getting a little nervous for Heartt. He should have a great composition to deal with this, but I'm getting a little nervous. Monks are coming out. Mangonel is out. This barracks is very close to going down, though. Okay, armor now coming in for Hera. Eagle Warrior on the way for Heartt. Hera's gonna have to delete that, yeah. Siege Workshop behind. I mean, maybe one big push before Heartt gets his feet underneath them. Maybe this can work. Mangonel goes down. Heartt's going to convert 2 long swords. Eagle Warrior is in. Which means the skirms are going to be taking the full 7 damage, right? Yeah. Heartt is losing another Mangonel. Get one more shot off? Oh boy. It's actually been a really good couple of engagements here for Hera. And longsword spam. He's up to 20 of them on the field. He hasn't used his slingers yet once. I guess because he's scared of the skirmishers. He wants to get a good clear up on the skirms before he pops out with those. I don't know if Hera's going to give you a big shot. Well, that was a pretty big shot on the longswords. So I guess anything's possible. If you can get a big shot on the skirms. Redemption coming in for Heartt. Yeah, it's going to be so tough to get this push done. It's going to be so tough. But that's a good start. That's a really good start. Both Mangonels go down for free. Longswords are coming in hot. Redemption's still 10 seconds away. There's a TC here. Hera can start hitting. Heartt is on 3 TC, so his eco is much better than Hera's right now. And Heartt's going to convert the Mangonels. Hera doesn't realize Redemption is in yet. Now he does. Both Mangonels go down. Slingers are out, but the skirms are diving. Really good micro here from Hera. Really good micro. Longsword sniping down the Mangonels. Eagles trying to dive out on the skirms. It's a good fight for Hera. Considering he got both Mangonels converted without realizing Redemption was in yet. That's a really good fight for him to take. Archery range going down. Is Heartt cooked here? He's 24 villagers ahead. But he doesn't have any more... Well, he has 1 barracks on the field still. He can't keep siege on the field. Skirms. Trying to snipe down monks. Yeah, if Heartt can get to this castle, and if he can get the castle up somewhere good, it's going to be great. Oh boy. Well, if he can get the castle up, it's going to be great. Hera can't push in with the Mangonels, though, because of the monks. So that's really good for Heartt. And decent shot on the skirms. Castle should go up here for Heartt. Trades badly there. But forces the delete on the Mangonel. Another nice hit on the skirms. Skirm numbers are looking pretty rough now. Castle means Hera is gonna need Imp to crack the defense of Heartt, and I don't know if Oh, maybe. Maybe. The push is stalled out for sure. Did all of these monks convert that one skirm? No. So some of them do still have Woololos left for this Mangonel. Okay, well, not anymore. Now they did all convert that skirm. Alright, Hera. It's Imp. It's gonna be Imp. He's adding in a third TC behind. He, again, goes 2-0 on Mangonels at the front. Heartt's Mangonel micro has just not been good enough versus Hera. Heartt drops another castle to deny the forward production buildings. Kamiyuks are out here. They probably... I actually don't know how a Kamiyuk trades against a longswordsman. Because they have the extra range, right? So it's like better than the numbers look. Nice little formation around the relic. I like this. Very campaign. Castle goes up for Heartt though. And Heartt clicks up to Imp faster as well. He hits that market super hard. He bought like 600 food there to click up. And I think Hera might need to put the Burmese pick back in the oven here. I'm not sure it's fully cooked yet. Hera's now 30 villagers behind. He's going to click up to Imp soon. But he's going to be quite far behind Heartt. Extra ranges behind for Heartt. I don't really know. You kind of just have to stay on infantry as the Burmese, right? What else do you make? Maybe he can switch into... I don't know. Maybe just like... Champ Hussar is okay. You get bombard cannons, which is nice. Alright, we'll see. Burmese, they don't even get siege onager. Sad. Alright, Kamiyuks are coming around. They kill Vills real fast if they can get in there, but I think Heartt better be looking at this. He kinda was. He doesn't lose everything for free, at least. Alright, here comes Hera. Heartt is not noticing. He's gonna lose quite a bit of value here before realizing the attack is coming in. Imperial Age hits, though. It's going to be another castle. Bodkin. Block printing is pretty good. I do like block printing. Okay. Infantry armor coming in for Heartt. I still think eagles are pretty good here. Hera mixing in some monk upgrades of his own. It is cheaper for the Burmese. Theocracy coming in for Heartt. The only issue here is that Incas don't get atonement, so I wonder if Hera can ever win a Wololo war. And see what happens after that. Two-handed swordsman coming in. Maybe it's not eagle, maybe it's just full Kamiyuk. Taking off Skillsu, thank you for being here, I appreciate it. Hopefully it was enjoyable. You're gonna miss the epic reverse sweep Heartt's about to lay down on Hera, though. That's unfortunate. Infantry armor coming in, ballistics is in for Heartt. I don't think slingers benefit from that, do they? Do they, actually? Maybe they do. I know very little about slingers. Do they just get full fully upgraded by everything that an archer would. Block printing on the mangonels is really rough. Oh, pretty good attack ground as well. They do? Oh, okay. Cool. Well, that's nice then. Alright, skirms coming back in. Hera's getting his 1 armor for the skirmishers. I guess slingers do pierce damage still, even though I feel like they shouldn't. So I guess the skirm armor still does okay against them at least. Yeah, you put feathers on the stones and they fly quicker. That makes sense. Bodkin arrow would definitely make these rocks fly better. Elite Kamayuk goes really hard. Bracer on the way as well for the slingers. Monks. Getting some yodels in here. Very high value conversions here, by the way, to convert those terrible, terrible skirmishers. Devotion is in for Hera. Bracer coming in for his skirms, I guess. He's going Arambai. Ooh. That feels really bad at this stage of the game, I think. Maybe if you can get a bunch of them, maybe they do okay against this stuff, but it's going to take a while. Yeah, if you Bracer is great if you accidentally sling your own wrist. That's true. Ring is in. What are we doing here, Hera? The boom is going nicely. Andean Sling is coming in for Hera. Or sorry, for Heartt. That's... I don't remember the last time I've seen Andean Sling actually researched. Inscription. Hera is going full Arambai upgrades. I guess, right? Arambai are affected by cav armor, right? Not, or no, it is archer armor. Oh, God. That's so gross. He's going Hussar. Burmese Hussar is okay. Like I said, it's fully upgraded. It's one of the few fully upgraded things the Burmese get. But the Kamayuks are running in. Hera's trying to drop castles. Now fabric shields coming in. That's going to make the Kamayuks extremely difficult to deal with. Yeah, Andean Sling has no minimum range. Is that all it does? Does it not give them an extra attack or anything? It gives them something else, right? Is it +2 attack as well? Is that where the extra +2 comes from? I mean, this is... I love to see this composition. By the way, Heartt's relic heisting Hera right now. He killed the monastery and he's taking him away. You don't see Kamayuk Slinger nearly enough. You don't see it nearly enough. So, I appreciate being able to witness this. Elite Arambai coming in for Hera. I don't know. Arambai used to be broken. It used to be arguably the second best unique unit after Mangadai. That's very far from the case these days, so I don't know. You need to mass them up, and to Hera's credit, he is massing them up. Alright, Elite's in. Hussar also coming in. I don't even know what Hussar is going to do for Hera, though, because there are castles everywhere for Heartt. He has so many castles up on the map right now. Slingers rolling in. They still do only have 9 damage. so they're still not doing amazing damage to stuff that isn't infantry. Alright, let's see. He still doesn't want to do it. He's getting Parthian tactics. Does that even affect Arambai? It shouldn't, right? Or maybe it does. Because if they've got, I don't know how this works for Arambai anymore. If they are affected by archer armor, then Parthian should work, and they're getting good damage in on the Kamayuks. Okay, Parthian does affect them, so that's actually a huge upgrade for them. Attacking the monastery here means the Kamayuks are getting shredded. Hold on a minute. This is actually a terrible fight for Hearttt, is it not? Oh boy, those two-handed swordsmen get absolutely crushed, though. I don't know if champions do better, but the two-handed swordsmen get destroyed. You can't sit in this fight, though. The Kamayuks are going to shred the Arambai if they actually get hits in. So you need perfect micro. Skirms are going to do pretty good against the Arambai as well. Kamayuks ripping through the Hussar. Trying to get into skirms here. We're mostly teched into them already because we already had all the upgrades for the slingers, right? Yeah, I still think this is not going to work. As much as I'd like to see the Arambai return to form here, I don't know. Another castle here from Hearttt. Treb is working away at this castle. We've got a peaceful commingling of villagers on the stone over there. The slingers are offering very little to Hearttt right now, it's got to be said. And Hussar, take out the Treb. Feels like production is an issue right now for Hearttt. He's got lots of food, like the eco balance is not ideal. He's got 4 relics. Where is Hera's gold is something we might need to think about. Where is Hera's gold, actually? Oh, it's here. He's got another, like, 600. But, oh, he's got this too, maybe. If he can actually take this gold long term, maybe Hera can do this. Mesosivs are notoriously bad without gold. He does have 4 relics. He could get all 5 relics if he wanted to. Which means Hearttt will never be totally without gold. But he needs to drive Hera away from this, for sure. He can't let Hera just take all this gold for free. If Hera gets that, like, 2k gold, and Heartt's just sitting on trash units, it's going to be a disaster. Alright, skirms are going to try and start taking out the Arambai. Which they are doing, kind of, but the Trebs both go down, or all go down. There were 3 of them there. Oh, not like this. Arambai took a little bit too long to kill that last Treb, and they were getting absolutely destroyed in there. Manipur Cavalry is that trample damage? I can't remember. I see Burmese so infrequently. I don't even remember what that upgrade is. There are Trebs here for Hera. If Hera kills this Treb from Hearttt, it's going to be really unfortunate for Hearttt, and I think he will. Maybe not. Hera has plenty of stone. That is one thing Hera has quite a bit of. So he can repair this castle for a long time. It's extra. Oh, that's right. It's extra attack versus archers, but not for the Arambai, right? So the Hussar are going to destroy the skirms even more than usual, I guess. Is that what the difference is, basically, in this fight? I can't believe this. It's standard victory. Wait a minute. Hearttt has all 5 relics. He only needs to survive 200 more years and he wins off relic victory. Wait a minute. Is that how it's supposed to be? No, I don't think that's... I think that's a mistake, right? We've seen 5 relics before in this tournament. I'm pretty sure we've seen 5 relics before in this tournament and there has not been a countdown. I don't know for sure what the setting is supposed to be, but I would be surprised if it's supposed to be standard. I would be surprised if that's intentional. Well, Hussar still don't do that great versus Halb, it turns out. It should be? Okay. It's the standard after all, true. I have no idea. I honestly don't know. We might find out in another 177 years. We might actually find out. This doesn't necessarily mean this is the incorrect setting, but it definitely has not been the setting before. I remember a Lithuanian player getting all 5 relics and there was no countdown. So either they messed up the settings or Hera did. Kind of unfortunate for Hearttt that there's absolutely no res over on this side of the map. There's no gold or anything over here. Because he's got map control decently on that side. Around by run in again. They're going to snipe more trebs. Did he mine it already? Was I guess over here there was, but this is a lot of space to not have any resource on it, right? Hera's going for a Giga Castle drop. Oh boy, Arambai get shredded by the Halbs though. Hera's also out of gold. I mean, he's got a lot of gold, but he can't mine anymore and he has no relics. So, regardless of whether this is intentional or not, having 5 relics up over your opponent with no gold left on the map is a pretty big deal. And, okay. Apparently this trebuchet is just fine. Nobody cares about it. There we go. Hearttt is stonewalling the map. I don't hate that. Against Hussar, I really don't hate that. It's going to be a lot of stonewalling, though. It's going to be a lot of stonewalling. He needs more here. He needs more here. He's going to need more here. Or however he can figure it out. Hera going Giga archery ranges for skirmishers. Burmese skirmishers and imp. Oof. Hussar running in, though. This is an issue. There are a lot of castles around. But there is space back here to hit without castles. And, well, there's stuff up here to hit without castles as well. Siege engineers. Okay. Interesting tech. You gotta be real careful with your trebuchets here. If you're Hearttt, you gotta be real careful. Hera's gone through almost half of the gold, or maybe closer to a third of the gold he had banked up. Hera's buying wood? Hera is buying wood with gold that he will never have again. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Hussar raid was cleaned up. Hussar trying to dive in on the trebuchets. Halb's being kept in pretty good positions. Also, Heartt's skirmishers obliterate Hera's skirmishers right now. Honestly, the Halbs do decent damage against the skirms of Hera at this point. What do we think? Is this the final pushback? Can Hearttt close it out from here? Hera's got a lot of Hussar. He still has some Arambai. We've got 92 years left of the relic countdown. We'll see if Hearttt ejects the relic. Or if he's gonna win this way. I don't think Hera can ever... Where's the monastery? It's way back here. There's no way Hera can ever kill this monastery. Oh, where is the other monastery, actually? There's only 4 relics in there. Wait a minute. Where's the 5th? Oh, it's here. It's even more safe. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Hera can ever push that monastery. So if it is actually standard victory, I think Hearttt has this easy. If it's not standard victory, well, the pushback is happening, right? Hearttt too many vills? Maybe. Maybe he wouldn't mind losing a couple more. It's actually mixing in Kamayuks again with all this relic gold he's been getting. The Kamayuks go very hard against the skirms. So if this is the composition for Hera, the Kamayuks can destroy everything. Castle goes down. Hera just builds it in exactly the same spot. The Trebs are still here, Hera. Okay, it doesn't matter. Bombard cannons are out behind this for Hera. He has no more gold, and he calls the GG. We don't get to see if they take it to the standard victory. Well, it was a good try. It was a really good try from Hera. It was a really good try. I thought he was cooked as soon as Castle Age hit, and he really turned this into a game. I mean, arguably, if Hera didn't let Hearttt get all the relics, he could have won this, maybe. Hearttt being able to go back into Kamayuks swung these last couple fights very heavily. Oh boy. All right. Well, Heartt's on the board. The reverse sweep begins now.